Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we are going to create our first application in C Sharp using Visual Studio. Main objective of this session is to focus on the workflow of creating a Windows Form application which we are going to use throughout this course. Also, I will explain some of the features of Visual Studio IDE and fundamentals of C Sharp. But I will not go deeply into explaining some of the C# code segments that you will see in this video. I will explain them in later videos as we go through the course. Before we proceed to the demonstration, I want you to follow the instructions in practical lesson 1, installing Visual Studio, to install the Visual Studio IDE with C#. Okay, let's create our first application. To do so, I'm going to follow practical lesson 2, starting first project in Visual Studio as given in Moodle course page. This lesson will guide us to create a Windows Form application which has a form consisted of a text box and a button. Our goal is to display a message box with the input text in the text box once we click on the button. Once you start Visual Studio IDE, you will see this as your main screen. To create your first application, you have to click on File, New, and then click on the project. As you can see here, Visual Studio provides you various types of projects. Here, we are going to create Windows Form application. So, you have to select C# in languages and Windows in platforms and desktop in project types. Here you will see Windows Form app appears in your search. So you click on that and click next. So now you have to give a name for your project. So I'm going to give Hello World as our first project name. Also, you can change the location if you want as well. And after that, you can click next, and then you have to select the target framework. So I'm going to give it as .NET 3.1. And then you click on the create button. That will create the new application for you. Since we selected Windows Form app as our project type, you will see our application with a form in it. Also, we have a menu bar where we can go to view and click on Solution Explorer to get the Solution Explorer window. So here you can see all the files that we have in our application. Also, you can click on view to open properties window. Properties window has the properties for each tool and component that we have in our application. So here, if you click on form 1, you can see the properties related to form 1, where the variable name of the form and also background color, font sizes, all these things are available. Right now, I'm going to change the text of the form. As you can see here, now it is visible as form 1. So I'm going to change it to Hello World. And our objective in this application is to create input, text input, and also a button. So actually you can drag in the corner to resize your form as you want. So to insert tools, you have to get the toolbox. To do that, you click on view and click on the toolbox. So toolbox has the components and tools that we can use in our application. So here under common Windows form, you can see there are many commonly used items or tools. So I'm going to select the button and the input text box. So here I'm going to drag and drop the text box into our application. And then when we click on that, we can see the properties related to text box. So here, this is the variable name of the text box. So I'm going to change it to text input. Also, if you want, you can change the font color, font size, and other properties as well. Next, I'm going to select a button, drag one and drop in to your application. So as before, you can actually resize the button as well. And when you click on that, you can get the properties related to the button. So the variable name, I'm going to change it as button submit. So you can select a preferable name for your variable name for the tools. And also the text I'm going to change as submit. So now you can see it is visible in our form. Now user interface design of our simple application is finished. Our objective of the program is to, when you click on the submit button, you have to display a message box with the input given in this text box. To do that, we need to add that functionality to our code. So we are going to use the code files to do that. So if you check the Solution Explorer in the right hand side, you can see there are few files already being generated. So let's double click on program.cs to open that file. So in this project, we selected Windows form type as our project. So you can see that some of the code has already been generated. Here you can see the keywords are being highlighted with blue color. So namespace, class. So actually the idea of these keywords or the names, we will discuss them later in details, but for now, so the class is actually a kind of container or a blueprint where you can create objects, items from that blueprint. Okay, and namespace is also somewhat similar, a container, but you can actually contain several classes. So the idea of these will be discussed later throughout the class. And also you can see there is a method here. So this method is called the main method. So this is where that you will directed when you run the program. So this is the first method that will be run when you run the program. So we will actually focus on these keywords later. So here you can see, so there are some things that related to the form application, which also will be discussed later. So here the important thing is this method tells that run something else. So here new, you can create a new object of the type of this class and execute it. So that's what we are telling here. Okay, so that is the first thing we say in the main method. Okay, create object and run it. Okay, so now let's see what is this object that we are going to run. So for that, actually we have to open form1 class. So here if you double click it, you will go to the design window, but if you right click it and click on view code, you can see actually the program related to that interface. Okay, so here so actually you can see there's a keyword called partial. So that means this is kind of a partial class. It means like, that means like it's a half of a class. The name is form1, that is just the name of the class. So we will have another file which is also a partial class with the same name. So it's kind of the same class but will be divided into two for ease of reference. Okay, so actually I will go and show you the other class as well. So here this is the other file which the same class name form1, and also it's a partial class. So this file and this file, so they belongs to the same class because you can see the same name. So only thing is we are going to keep the functionalities in one class and the design in the other class. Okay, so if you go to the design view, you see that we can do everything in the design view, right? We can drag and drop or move or scale. So all these things we can do in the interface, but actually there is a code related to that work that we are doing in the interface. So that code is being generated here. If you go down, you can see actually the code related to the text input and also for the button. So here, as an example, you can see the location of the button is at this place now, 699.335. So if you go and move it, and if you go back to the code file, you can see now the location is different. So that means when you do any change here, the code related to that will be generated in this class file. Okay, so actually you can use this to do any change if you need. So if you don't like doing things in the design window, but this will be easier than changing it in the code. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you is that so there will be a code generated to the things that you are doing in the interface. So this is related to the interface items and tools, and also we have a separate file belongs to the same class for the functionalities. So if you go back to the program.cs, okay, it says that create an object from this form1. So this form1 is actually this and this together. Okay, and then so when you click when you use the keyword new with parentheses, so that will create the object and run it. So when you run the object, so the function with the same object name will run first. So that means this is the method with the name form1. Okay, so actually the how it works and the terms that we are going to use for them, we will discuss it later. But for now, so this is the first method that will run when you create the object. Okay, so what happens there? You run a different method, a method called initialize component. Where is it? It's not here, right? But it is in the other file which belongs to the same class. So initialize component is here. Okay, so that means now it will run this method. So that means you are going to populate all the text boxes and buttons and other items in your form. Okay, so that is the basic structure of our program. And now so we have to create a new method, and we have to add the functionality to the submit button. So to do that, either you can remember what method that we need to create, or you can simply just double click on the submit button. So that will automatically generate the method related to the button click. So this is the method that related to the button click. So you can put the code here, so that will work when you click on the button. So our objective here is to display a message box. So I'm going to tell message box dot show show what we have a text input, right? So let's see whether what is the name exactly. So the name is text input. We are going to say show what the text in the text input. Okay, yeah, so the semicolon, we put the semicolon to denote that is the end of the statement. Okay, so then we can save, and so in order to run the program, you can click on that green arrow in your toolbar. So now it will build the project and then it will run it. And you can see now this is the form that we created. So I'm going to type maybe hello here, and then when I click on the submit button, you can see that exact same text displayed in the message box.